I think you guys are a little impatient, are you? So I've been getting messages, comments, and PMs from various places asking me to review the new Nishane X fragrances. So I happen to have Ani X here with me, and since I've been getting so many messages, as I said, I thought I'd do a review of Ani X for you today, and also do a comparison with the original Ani, which launched in 2019. So Ani X has not launched here in the States yet. I'm assuming it's going to come soon, sometime this summer. But maybe it's selling in the EU and Turkey, where the brand's from. But either way, find out about Nishane's Ani X and how it compares to the original Ani, all coming right up. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Sebastian. I have to be honest, guys, my allergies have flared up and come back with a vengeance. So if I cough, I'll try and cut those parts out as much as I can. But I'm actually dealing with allergies again, and the cough has been really extreme. But let's talk about Nishane's Ani X, which is launching very, very soon. It's not here yet, but I brought this back with me from Europe during Aix-en-Provence and been enjoying wearing it. But how does it compare to the original? Because I know there's so many fans of the original, and those of you that love the original Ani, are you waiting for this one, or are you happy with Ani, the original? Let me tell you first a little bit about the original, which launched in 2019. It is one of the Nishane's most popular fragrances, I believe. Going through my comments on YouTube, I could see a ton of people liking this fragrance. It's a vanilla fragrance, but it has fresh spices, and it's created by Cecile Zarokian. So it has notes of bergamot, green notes, blue ginger, pink pepper for top notes. Heart notes features blackcurrant, Turkish rose, cardamom. Base notes features patchouli, cedarwood, vanilla, benzoin, ambergris, musk, and sandalwood. So pretty deep notes. This is a really great fragrance for me. I really love that whole fusion of the fresh spices, the intense freshness of the spices, especially the cardamom in the heart and the blue ginger or ginger in the top notes. It's a zingy, it's very, very spicy, and really meshes beautifully with the vanilla, which is a vanilla fragrance. But also there's creamy qualities here. I feel like the fragrance is very creamy and powdery. We've got the vanilla, which is syrupy, sticky, syrupy, and also the sandalwood here, and it's a kind of smooth variety. So the fragrance wears beautifully here. It does become powdery, but there's definitely a creamy factor about the fragrance. I should say this could be qualified as a gourmand, but I wouldn't call this a full-on gourmand for me. I feel like if there were additional gourmand notes in addition to the vanilla, yes, but I wouldn't really consider this something that's a uber gourmand because the cardamom and the blue ginger or ginger note does freshen it up and spice it up, but it doesn't really make it more of a gourmand. One thing else I should say, there's definitely a fruitiness here from blackcurrant, but overall I think it's a great fragrance. If you want to find out more about this, there's a review on the channel. If you want to find out more about the original Nishane Ani, go catch that review. And I've got a ton of videos, lists, and things like that. You can find out more about Nishane Ani. But let's now talk about Nishane's Ani X, which is soon to launch here. Those of you that are in the EU or Turkey, have you found this fragrance yet? Have you found the X collection? Do let me know, put a comment down. I feel like the X collection, both of the new fragrances are great, but wait until the end to find out which one of these two I prefer more than the other. But this is a 2023 launch. Ani X is a 2023 launch created by Cecile Zarokian once again. She basically took the DNA of the original Ani and did some changes to it for the X collection. And if you don't know what the X collection is, it's a 10-year anniversary for the brand Nishane, and these are fragrances created with some of their more popular fragrances that have been kind of, I guess, remixed in a way, but kind of made flankers and things like that. So Ani X features notes of bergamot oil, lemon oil, watery note, honeydew melon, cardamom oil, blue ginger, pink pepper for top notes. For heart notes, there's lavender oil, sage, green apple, blackcurrant, rose, and patchouli. And finally in the base notes, it's cedarwood, cashmere wood, vanilla, ambergris infusion, white musk, and sandalwood. So sort of similar notes, but with the Ani X, they've thrown in the lemon, which they already have bergamot here with the original Ani, but they've thrown in the lemon here, or Cecile Zarokian has added the lemon note here, which is totally noticeable. When you spray the fragrance on for the first time, it's lemon heaven. I like that. Lemon heaven for sure. But it's not just the lemon. I feel like the bergamot comes in quite a bit as well to create a very citrusy, start to the fragrance. So they mention oil. It doesn't say bergamot. It says bergamot oil, lemon oil. The fragrance does act oily. For me, it really does, because they also mention cardamom oil, and it does have an oily presence. So the start is pretty citrusy. There's a bit of a fruitiness there with that melon touch. Kind of gives you the effect of something marine aquatic, in addition to that with the watery notes. But the blue ginger has been moved to the top notes, and the cardamom is there as well, and then you've got the spice of pink pepper. So there's a lot going on here, but for me, it's the standout of the lemons. The lemon oil really, really is prominent. It doesn't last all the way through the fragrance though, but it definitely has a major start. It's a punch in your face with a lot of lemon, and it's a sweet tart lemon, so you're not getting a full-on sweetness, you're not getting full-on tartness. I think it's a nice balance here, and it definitely works. And I feel like if you thought the fragrance was a bit gourmand, this kind of adds a lemon chiffon cakey type of style to it. But again, I wouldn't call this fragrance a gourmand whatsoever. I guess it goes near gourmand, both of them. Both Ani and Ani X go, kind of get close to being a gourmand, but I personally wouldn't call this a gourmand. It's more of the spicy vanilla fragrance. During the heart, it does get a bit fruity, and then aromatic touches comes in as well. But for me, the heart is not, it's not about the heart for me. It is a little bit. The patchouli and the blackcurrant and the green apple kind of appear here to kind of transition from a citrusy freshness to a fruity freshness in the heart. And of course, you've got that earthiness from the patchouli, and then of course we've got some lavender and the sage for the aromatic touches. But the fragrance becomes more of a similar fragrance to the original Ani, and then it kind of becomes what Ani is, but still kind of like an aftertaste or a lingering power of what lemon you had. It's not fully there, but you can tell that there was lemon along the way, there were some fruits along the way, but right now it's all very woody, musky, vanillic, and of course the overdose of the woods is prominent along with the vanilla here, but the musk and the ambergris as well. What should I say about the comparison between the two? I think they're both really, really great for me. So I tested these two out several times, and for me, I get better longevity with the original Ani in comparison to the Ani X. For sure I do. 3 times I tested. 3 times I got better longevity with the original Ani versus Ani X. But that doesn't mean I don't like Ani X. It means I really do enjoy it, because I like that lemony start and that reminder of something like lemon chiffon or like a lemon cake, lemon cookie, vanilla lemon kind of a combo. Just remembering that it doesn't fully go to gourmand. So that reminder is there, but it does vanish away. And I like that start. It's a punch. And the fact that they mention oil and I experience the oiliness of the fragrance, it's pretty intense, but definitely not as intense as the original Ani for me. So in the end, I feel like Ani X can be worn cautiously in the warmth of summer. I wouldn't wear this when it's extremely humid out there. I wouldn't wear it when it's like 110 degrees or whatever, unless you're fine with it, because I don't have a problem with it. I'll spritz 1 or 2 and then walk out with it. I know it's going to have great longevity, because warm notes against the warmth really do shine and open up and have great lingering power, so I'm fine with it. But I would use caution with wearing this when it's warm outside. But I think you can wear Ani X much more easily outside in comparison to wearing Ani. Again, you guys probably don't have rules. You'll have, some people do, because I get comments all the time and they say, oh my god, I would never wear that fragrance in the summertime. That fragrance is especially made for winter for me, kind of things like that. And that's why I kind of make my summer lists, winter lists specific to the style. But there are no rules. If you can tolerate it, wear it. I think the original Ani is definitely more winter style for me, but I think you can get away with Ani X wearing it in the summertime, but especially made for spring and autumn, I believe. Those are the times I would wear it. But still, I I like both of them. They're really, really great. We've got Nishane Ani here with the original, and the Ani X has just been lemonified, I think. They just added that lemon to give you that freshness. But as I was saying, it doesn't last too long. You'll notice that it's there, but it's disappeared by the time it's gone to the dry down with a kind of a trace of it there. But the first start, it's a lemon bomb for me. It's like extremely lemony, citrusy, and I like that start. And I think mixing the lemony juiciness with the Ani DNA, I think is great. I feel like this is a great fragrance in general, and probably one of the better fragrances that Cecile Zarokian has made. And for Nishane, I think it's one of their best sellers. At least I think it is. Maybe somebody can correct me, but I think the reason they did this Ani X is because this is one of their more popular fragrances, because, you know, they haven't chosen every single Nishane fragrance to create an X version of it. There's only 5, I believe. Hopefully I'll be able to report back on all of the fragrances in the X collection. But for now, I recommend Ani X, but I'm sticking with the original as my favorite of the two. I don't hate the Ani X. I like the whole lemony edge to it, but I think for longevity, Ani just really does last a lot longer than Ani X does. And that's why I feel like you can wear the Ani X when it's warmer outside, because the heat will make it last longer than how it performs when it's, you know, wearing it in 60-some degrees here in San Francisco, where I've been testing this fragrance out. And it's, you know, I've tested it out like 3 times side by side with this, and definitely we've got better performance from the original Ani. Anyway, those are my thoughts on Ani X and Ani, the original. What are your thoughts on these two fragrances? First of all, let me know if you're a fan of Ani, and let me know if you're anticipating getting your nose on Ani X, and also let me know if you've gotten your nose on Ani X. What are your thoughts about it? Have you compared it to the original Ani? Do put some comments down so I can find out. But that's all I have for you today. Do let me know also if you have any other new fragrances you're interested in having me review. There's a ton of stuff coming out, and I'd like to, you know, get them and review them for you. But this one, I reviewed it because you guys have been asking me, and I can also review Oolong Cha if you're interested in finding out about Oolong Cha in comparison to the original Oolong Cha X, I should say. Do let me know that as well. Maybe in a couple weeks I'll get that video up. But for now, I do enjoy both of them. I prefer the original, but if you're looking for something lemonier when you have the original DNA of Ani, then definitely try Ani X. Thanks so much for watching today's video. If you have any questions or comments, please do list below. Please like this video. Please share it. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye.